Okay, just when I think that the EVP sessions that I do can't get any better, they get immeasurably better. Um, my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, passed away a few days ago, suddenly. He had Parkinson's disease and he had a lot of health issues, so it wasn't a real shock. I mean, what I mean to say is it wasn't something that we weren't expecting. We just weren't expecting it when it happened, which is the way it usually works. But it wasn't something that, we didn't think would ever happen. So I've been waiting to have my house to myself so I could do an EVP session and see if I can reach him. He was interested in the haunting of this house. I did talk to him about it a little bit, and so it would not have been out of the question to record him around here after his death. The first thing that I got, my wife didn't call him by his first name. His name was Michael. My wife called him Bubba, and that's something that girls in the South call their older brothers. It's a term of endearment. It's a loving term that they give their older brothers, and that was who she knew, how she knew him by. She never called him Mike ever. So the first thing that I got was without asking for it and without saying his name, without saying that to give them a lead in, they said it on their own. So I'm going to let you hear it. It's really cool. I wasn't expecting it. Bubba. And then I did ask him, I asked him for his nickname. That's what I called it. And he gave it to me. Well, I can't find it now. I'll have to go back and look through that. I'm at the right place. I know I heard it. But see, things sound different on the speaker when they come through, so maybe it wasn't it. I apologize for that. I did ask my sister-in-law to say her name if she was here again, and I found out that people can come back through after they've been crossed over. And I didn't know that. I thought when they were crossed over, that was it. So when I kept hearing her voice, if you watch my past videos, I keep saying I hear her voice, but that's impossible because she's not here anymore. She could have come back. And in death, as in life, it was really hard to get her to stay away. Um, especially for my wife because they were so close. But that's not, I'm not saying anything bad about her. She had some problems, just like we all do. But she was very insistent on things that she did. So when she wanted to be around, she was around. So this is what I picked up. Teresa. And there's a very clear disembodied voice that just comes right out of the air and says a name that I didn't give a lead into. I asked her what her name was, and she told me. And then again, she says, "I'm Teresa." I'm Teresa. That was also pretty clear. She's really trying hard to make sure that I know she's here. And when I heard that, I did speak it out into the air that I did hear her, that I knew she was here. That's important too. I want her to know that she's welcome here and that it's okay that she's back. That's fine. Um, and then I got a very unusual EVP, which I was not expecting. And it was someone, I think it was a child, saying Merlina. Now, Merlina is important. It's an important name in here because that was the first name that we gave Melody. Mel's name, when we first got her, was Merlina. We wanted a Merlin from the King Arthur saga. We had Lancelot, Guinevere. My wife loves that story. I love that story. We wanted to keep that going. So we always said when we get another dog, we want a boy and we want to name him Merlin. Well, we got a girl. So we called her Merlina, is a feminine version of Merlin. Kind of corny, I know. Well, we did change her name to Melody Sunshine, but I did get this child saying Merlina. Well, I did have it. There it is. Merlina. Doesn't really sound too much like a child, but I'm pretty sure it's a child. You have to understand that when they come through, their voices are horribly distorted. You may get a child that sounds like Darth Vader, when he's not trying to, he's not intending to, but that's just the way it comes across. And the last thing on this is I said goodbye, and it was a goodbye. They said goodbye, but it wasn't what I was expecting. It was a deep growling goodbye. That didn't sound very nice. And that's an EVP. It shows up on the waveform and it's whispering. It's just a deep whisper, so not too sure about that one. It wasn't real sinister, but it's a little different from the goodbyes that I normally get. So anyway, this is a really a groundbreaking EVP session because it covered um, contacting my brother-in-law who's just recently passed away, and then bring somebody from the past back in, Teresa, my sister-in-law, and it was good to see that they were together again. I'll talk to you later.